I got to produce a track for Chino, and that was something that I was like, yo, this is
What's that track called?
Lights Out.
Lights Out.
Yeah. DJ Syko featuring Chino XL. That was just crazy. Just to hear him say my name, like mention me as the producer, like that was just like, yo, what? Like,
Yeah.
I could die now. What's up? I'm Mark, DJ Syko.
I'm Rex.
DJ Rex.
And this is we're going to be doing a series on the OG hip hop community that's helped us on this journey to get this record store up and become part of the community. And first is
Me.
DJ Syko, Mark, my business partner and store manager.
Yes. And this is Rex, the owner of Soulside Vinyl and the leader of our community issues. Just wanted to say that, dude, just because we said community 52 times.
So when did you start DJing and what pulled you into the hip hop community in San Diego?
So I started like actually DJing at 14. I saw Beat Street. That was it. It was like, I want to do that.
Nice.
What pulled me into the San Diego hip hop community was actually moving from Los Angeles, coming to San Diego. And it didn't matter if I moved to Alaska, like I was going to be a part of hip hop regardless, just because I was such a fan, and it was like a way of life.
With the San Diego hip hop community, when you're like getting into DJing and into the scene, what did it look like? What was the vibe out here?
It's changed from the past. So in the past, it was pretty much crabs in a barrel. Like there was different DJ crews and like rap crews, b-boy crews, and everyone kind of wanted to be the top. So everyone was kind of pulling down the other ones that were trying to get up there. But there was b-boy summit, freestyle sessions, just like a little underground community that, you know, if you knew the right people, you could be invited or go to. But it didn't matter where you were at. It was like if you were hip hop, you would find the hip hop people that were there. And that was like, you know, hey, what's up? And you would hang out. And that would be your little circle, at least for the night.
So B-Boy Summit, is that like an annual thing or is it just... It
was an annual thing out here. It was thrown by Asia, I believe Easy Rock, if I can even remember that. It's been a while. So they would have like panels for graffiti. They would have hip hop MC panels. Like I remember, I think it was B-Boy Summit 2 because I didn't even make it to 1. Like it sucked. My sister got married that weekend. I'm still mad about that till this day. But they had Curtis Blow. They had like Donald D from the Rhyme Syndicate who was down with like Ice-T and all them. There was one year I got to perform and open up for Qbert. And it was Qbert, Disc, and Shortcut. Dilated Peoples were there performing before they made it big. Beat Junkies were there. They brought a lot of hip hop from all around the world like to San Diego. So that was just super dope. And then Cross One started doing freestyle sessions. At first, it was at a gym.
And this is what years?
You're
like
talking
early 90s?
Has the worst memory. This was 90s for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was able to be friends with a lot of people in the community. And I remember a buddy of mine told me, hey, there's this group that's looking for a DJ. And that's where I ended up having a meeting with the Icons. But it was funny, like I invited them to my house. And they came, they met with me, started talking, and then it was like a DJ interview where it was like, you know, they're like looking through my records to see what I had to like, you know, see my gauge of hip hop. And then I just started scratching and like, you know, showing them what I could do. And then after that, they were like, yo, like, if you're down, we're down. And I'm like, yeah, because that was my goal, was to be like a DJ for a group.
Yeah.
Because you got different DJs, like some wanted to be in the club, some wanted to, you know, be on the radio. And my thing was like, I want to be in a group.
So before Instagram, social media, how did the hip hop community connect in San Diego? How did you guys?
We had smoke signals, pigeons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, so basically back then it would just be like going to hip hop events. Like I wish I could have like more memory of like all the events that were back then other than those two I keep mentioning. But we would like meet and like literally write our numbers on paper, bro. And it would be like, here, hit me on my pager. This is my pager. We didn't have cell phones, bro. It was like...
What was your code? Did you have a code?
5150.
5150.
Yeah, Syko, baby. So funny now that I look at it, dude. Like,
And from there, the hip hop community, that's where you met a lot of the cats that helped here.
yeah, well, like I said, like I went to junior high with Sharky, so just being friends. Like, I mean, he was my best friend for a long time. So we've done a lot of stupid shit together. We've done a lot of cool stuff together, and you know that was my boy, man. Still friends to this day. And
Saki, Flash, and Optic through the scene.
yeah,
And
then
Maine through mutual friends.
yeah, I would say actually one major spot that like a lot of people like would link up, and this is where I met Unite. Before he was a DJ, I don't know, a lot of people don't know this. He was an MC. My buddy who was in a graffiti crew was like, "Yo, man, you got to come to this spot, you know." And it's this guy's house, but he has a garage. And the funny part is that he said one thing that I was like, "I'm there." He's like, "Yeah, dude, he's got a full-on Street Fighter 2 in his garage." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yo, I got to come check that out." And so shout out and RIP to, you know, Pang One, who ended up working with Qbert, and Mr. Henshaw. Both of them worked together to do some stuff with Qbert. But it was called The Land. And so we would go there, and it was just a bunch of graffiti heads, MCs, DJs, and we would all meet up.
Through you, I met a lot of OG hip hop cats that, you know, grew up or in and around San Diego, and they all helped bring this shop to life. So we had Sharky, who was Travis, your friend from junior high, who did the mural, Ella Miles and Nina Simone mural.
We had Saki come in because we ended up getting a hold of Qbert to come in and do an in-store. I know Saki was a fan. I also wanted Saki's artwork in here regardless of what he did. But then once he had the idea of like, well, if Qbert's coming down, let's get Qbert, it made sense. So I met Saki probably at a B-Boy summit. We ended up being friends. I got to DJ for his B-Boy crew.
Yeah.
And so that was B-Boy Alliance. And just going to all the freestyle sessions, because that was all basically, you know, B-Boy battles. So that's where I would see Main One, Optic, and then just got closer to Optic when he would start coming in the store. Because like we said before, it's been 3 different record shops. And I would see him at all 3 of them. It's been a long time since I've seen him. And then just to like start getting closer, then that's where, you know, we brought him in. Main's always been the homie through the hip hop community and freestyle sessions and all that.
Flash.
Yeah, Flash was a B-Boy, a Flash Boogie. And then he actually did, you know, the security and AV system.
So Main, he DJ'd our first event, and then Optic, he works here.
Yeah, the cool thing with Optic is that he has a lot of different resources than I do, all similar. Obviously, I'm not, like I said, I don't dance. And so at that point, like all the people that he knows, like through the dancing community.
It's just interesting how your guys' web of networks, they're intertwined, but like you said, it's the B-Boy community is totally different than the DJ community, where you know everybody pretty much in the DJ community, but then you know of those cats, but you can tell that he's so connected to the B-Boy and dance, even the younger ones now. So
well, the cool thing is a lot of the people that started dancing ended up being DJs at one point.
Yeah.
Because even Saki, like he DJs, and then Main DJs, and Optic is even DJing now. So he will never consider himself a DJ, but he's a DJ.
How have you seen the San Diego hip hop scene grow and evolve?
It's kind of hard because I did move out of San Diego for a while. It's always been pretty much the same, like the way I described it earlier. Like it was crabs in a barrel, but never like, you know, hatred or anything like that. But it was just everyone kind of wanted to keep their own recipe. No one wanted to share it, but we were all cool. Now you got, you know, these like MC events that like Kali will throw or Rick Scales. And like that's kind of bringing the MCs closer together versus we didn't really like, we just had MC battles and like more like, you know, open mics. Yeah. But like back then you tell an MC it's an open mic, someone's getting called out. Yeah. And then all of a sudden the battle starts. Then you got a little bit of weird beef, you know, but nothing crazy. Now I feel like it's just more of a showcase, which is cool because like that's the way LA was. Like the way I always explain to people, San Diego was crabs in a barrel, and LA there was so much talent that instead of doing the crabs in a barrel type thing, it would be more of like, yo, let's build together. So it'd be like, yo, I got this track, you should be on it. And then that way if they blow up, you got a track with them on it, and then you move up. And
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So that's the way I saw LA early versus San Diego in the 90s and early 2000s. But now I feel like everyone is kind of more together in a positive way than it was back then.
Hip hop is just as evolved. You saw the founders
Yeah.
do their thing, whereas me, I didn't get to see that part. But you've seen that part and how it's all changed and got commercial or throughout the years, even not just here in LA, just in general for hip hop. Just interesting to see that.
I want to say it was like, I mean, there was still underground, but it was more of like kind of like before I got in the scene, the San Diego artists that, you know, were known were more almost gangster rap than anything. To me, the ones that started more of the underground style would be Tony the Schizo, Mr. Brady, Cut Father. Like those were the ones that I looked up to, even though like as a kid, I looked up to like other artists that were out here. Cause you had like the Aztec Tribe, Prime Suspect, Battery Brains, Gangster Earn, Big June. So there was like a bunch of stuff that was like more hood. I still was a fan of it. But then once that underground came, it was like, oh shit, this is where it's at.
How do you feel the shop we build here reflects the community, the hip hop community that you grew up in?
We never really, well, no, I can't say we never really did, but there was behind the post office, the armory, but that came later. There wasn't really like a spot where you can go like full on hip hop. Like I said, we're still not full on hip hop because we're trying to, you know, be accessible for everyone, like to have different, you know, wants and likes of music. But me personally, just the fact that our first in-store was Qbert, to me, just says it all. Here's a DJ, one of the most famous, if not the most famous, to come in, perform, and you saw the people that were here.
Yeah.
It was a mix of, you know, new school, old school, people that didn't even know what was going on, or people you would look and be like, why are they here?
Yeah.
Like they didn't look like they would, you know, be into Qbert, but they were here. The fact that you can come here, get good quality original presses that are clean, and then have a selection of stuff that's hard to get but reissued. Like if I didn't work here, I would come shop here. But the fact that it brings the MCs together, because we have events with MCs, we got a dancing battle coming up soon. DJs that come in all the time to play records, like that is just a dope community spot. I just love what you've done, man, to be honest.
It's all the dope stuff that you've done as a DJ, producer, even doing podcasts. What's your favorite moment?
I did get to go with the Icons to Japan, and I was able to DJ in Japan, and that was like, just to already be outside your city was a big thing back then. And then to say like, yo, I'm in Japan,
Yeah.
and I'm playing like music. And the coolest thing about that, obviously I couldn't speak Japanese, and I'll never forget this. I was playing a Wake Up Show compilation that had like all these weird tracks, and there was this Japanese cat that was in there, and he looked at me, couldn't speak English, I couldn't speak Japanese, but was able to go.
Yeah.
And that's universal, you know, as far as I'm concerned, that was sign language. And I had to show him, you know, the record, and he was looking at it, and I remember, and I'll never forget this, it's so crazy. Grabs a napkin, grabs a pen,
Wrote it down.
and I just started watching him writing kanji, dude, like he was translating it, and I was like, this is dope. Like, I don't know, I didn't even ask if like, well, because I couldn't, but I don't even know if he translated it right, or like, you know, if he was just kind of making notes for himself to kind of remember the record. But performing in Japan, that was one of my number ones as a DJ. There's some other spots in LA that I did that I'm proud of, but you know, R.I.P. Chino XL. That was, you know, one of my favorite MCs. Like it's Rakim, and for a while, dude, like neck and neck was Chino, and I got to produce a track for Chino, and that was something that I was like, yo, this is.
What's that track
crazy.
called?
Lights Out.
Lights Out.
Yeah, DJ Syko featuring Chino XL. That was just crazy. Just to hear him say my name, like mention me as the producer, like that was just like, yo, what? Like,
Yeah.
I could die now. Being involved at for B-Boy Summit, where I was able to open up like for Qbert and them, was just like, wait, what? You know, that was shocking, because like, you know, I knew of Qbert when I was 16.
Yeah.
And so, you know, being in my 20s and then just being like, yeah, it's Qbert. Like, you know, like, and he wasn't, I mean, he was famous, but he wasn't even where he's at right now. You know what I mean? Like, because now he's just like a beyond legend. but then was just like, yo, like this guy's on another level.
Yeah.
So I would say those moments for sure.
With your experience, your time in the game, what do you see as your legacy?
I had a guy when I was in high school who worked for the high school. He introduced me into samples. And I was like, wait, this is how they get these beats and everything, because I was in high school. So he created a monster by showing me samples, and then I was in high school collecting samples. There was only a few people, I think, back then that were actually digging for breaks, and I was just, hungry to learn about every hip-hop group. Like, I was there at Music Plus, Warehouse, Tower Records, like, every Tuesday, like, what dropped?
Yeah.
What dropped? Like, grabbing stuff. Watching Yo MTV Raps, Rap City, The Box, all that, just to see like a video and like, oh, who's that? Oh, okay, I gotta go get that.
The Box.
Remember that? Yeah. There was a mentor that I ended up meeting at Music Plus shopping, and he's the guy who introduced me to like, yo, I know this DJ, showed me my first tables. So I had someone take me under wing, right? So my thing is, if anyone wants advice or wants to learn how to do a certain thing, if I'm able to do it, I would love to show them, just to pass it on. I love working at the spot because someone can grab a record and then, my talkative ass is going to be like, what sample's on there, right? Or I'm going to be like, yo, that track on there? Yeah, we have the original sample over here. But if anyone's interested in like learning samples or breaks, like I'm not a professor on it, but like whatever I have, I will definitely pass on. So I would love to basically just know that, when I pass away.
Damn,
that
I'm talking about that.
Well, no, because I'm just saying, bro. Like you said, legacy. So it's like, because like I don't plan on stopping until I'm dead, And unfortunately, we all have to go. The records or songs I've been on, scratching, doing hooks or whatever, those are gonna live on forever.
Yep.
And I just want certain people to at least say like, yo, Syko taught me this, or he showed me this. Just so that they can pass that on to someone else.
And you'll have that here because you're starting up classes here too, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, so come Soulside Vinyl and get these lessons. Get taught a lesson. Actually, you know what? What do you want your legacy to be?
It's not about me. It's about you.
Today, man.
No, it's not. That's not the thing.
I don't care.
Cut.
B-roll.